It's time to jump in the octagon and grapple your way to a bloody victory because we've got 10 questions on the UFC. It's picked by Patreon subscriber Kyle Bonin. This is Trivia with Buds. What it be, and welcome to another edition of the Daily Trivia with Buds podcast. Happy Monday. Hope you are having a great start to your week, and hopefully you like wrestling, you like fighting, you like grappling, because today we've got 10 questions for you on the UFC. I'm more of a WWE guy, but I love bridging the sports together between sports and sports entertainment. I like all the people that go back and forth. It makes both products really fun to watch. For me, big fans of Lesnar and Rousey being in both organizations. The other section at the video store that I used to work at Blockbuster, I worked at Hollywood Video, I worked at Family Video, a bunch of different chains all around the Midwest when I was like in high school and college years. They used to have this other section, and that's where they had all of the UFC tapes or DVDs, and they also had like Faces of Death, like softcore Cinemax porn, like all the weird random stuff where they're like, well, we don't know where this goes in the store. If you like fighting, if you like murder, if you like nudity, this is the section for you. There were like instructional videos back there. That was kind of fun. Like yoga, Taibo. That's where we put the Taibo videos when that craze hit. There'd be weird stuff like the Macarena workout and things like that in there. I remember there was like an MTV Cribs, like the best of Cribs on VHS. That was all in the other section. I missed that section, and I miss video stores in general. I have so many movie covers just burned in the back of my brain from putting back the videos, like when people would check them out and you had to return them. So you'd walk the aisles and you just stare at those covers. So I have so many of those burned in my head. But working at a video store, that was so much fun. I missed that. I almost wish I could get like a part-time job just like one day a week for like 4 hours just to get the nostalgia of working in a video store. Speaking of VHS tapes, I'm on the hunt for Clue VCR mystery games. There were 2 of them. It was a board game that came with a tape, and it had these different Clue mysteries that you would solve and play with friends. So I want to collect those, and my friend Steve Scapperty had one growing up. There are 2 of them as far as I know, Clue VCR Mystery Game and Clue 2 Murder in Disguise. I've watched tons of clips on YouTube of both of those tapes, and I decided I want the actual games in my house, in my hands. And if you have one and want to give it to me, that would be awesome. Or you could sell it to me. Hit me up, ryanbuds@gmail.com, if you happen to have the Clue 1 or 2 VCR Mystery Games. It's time for 10 questions on the UFC, picked by Kyle Bonin, Patreon subscriber. So tighten those gloves, and here we go. All right, we're going to go over the questions for 10 UFC-related tidbits, and you're going to try and answer those on your own, and then we'll go over the answers after a quick little break. Here's question number 1. From 2006 to 2013, what fighter had the longest winning streak with 16 wins? Question number 1. From 2006 to 2013, what fighter had the longest winning streak with 16 wins? Question number 2, who was the first UFC champion ever? Who was the first UFC champion ever? Question number 3, Duane Ludwig knocked out Jonathan Gillette at UFC Fight Night 3 in a record how many seconds? Question number 3, Duane Ludwig knocked out Jonathan Gillette at UFC Fight Night 3 in a record how many seconds? Question number 4, the MMA-inspired comedy film Here Comes the Boom starred what comedic actor? Question number 4, the MMA-inspired comedy film Here Comes the Boom starred what comedic actor? Question number 5, what Stockton, California native was the winner of The Ultimate Fighter Season 5? What Stockton, California native was the winner of Ultimate Fighter Season 5? Question number 6, what politician is credited most with trying to get the UFC banned? What politician is credited most with trying to get the UFC banned? Question number 7, what is fighter John Jones's nickname? Question number 7, what is fighter John Jones's nickname? Question number 8. Now in the WWE, Ronda Rousey is most inspired by what deceased wrestler? Question number 8. Now in the WWE, Ronda Rousey is most inspired by what deceased wrestler? Question number 9. At what college was Brock Lesnar an NCAA wrestling champion? Question number 9. At what college was Brock Lesnar an NCAA wrestling champion? And question number 10. November of what year was the inaugural first UFC pay-per-view? Question number 10. November of what year was the inaugural UFC pay-per-view? All right, those are your 10 questions for UFC. Answers coming up in a minute, but here's a quick clip of Conor McGregor telling Jose Aldo to sit on his lap because he's his daddy. Enjoy.
Your coach was ringing Dana. Please don't let Conor near him.
I don't care about what he's saying.
I'm your father. I'm your daddy, yeah? Call me Jose Senior.
When I see him, I just remember about Scooby-Doo.
Tell him I'm his daddy. Tell him I'm his daddy.
I really don't care. Like, he can talk whatever he wants, and I'll continue to be the champion.
He said, tell him he's his daddy.
My father raised me like this, like a man.
Tell him I am his daddy.
Ele tá falando, ele é o seu pai.
Nunca vai ser.
Sit on my lap.
Nunca vai ser. Tá mais fácil
Sit on my lap.
Eu domino.
Sit on my lap,
Eu domino tudo.
You will never be. He dominates the...
I am your daddy.
Domino.
Oh, that Conor McGregor. If he's not throwing a chair through a bus window, what is he doing? He's a crazy dude, and that was a crazy little interview on some strange morning show. These are the answers to your UFC questions. Let's see how you did out of 10. Number 1, from 2006 to 2013, what fighter had the longest winning streak with 16 wins? It was Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva. Question number 2, who was the first UFC champion ever? The answer was Royce Gracie. Royce Gracie, way back in the 90s. Number 3, Dwayne Ludwig knocked out Jonathan Gillette at UFC Fight Night 3 in a record how many seconds? It was 6 seconds, the whole thing. According to the article I read, that is the record for quickest knockout. Question number 4, the MMA-inspired comedy film Here Comes the Boom starred what comedic actor? I was looking for Kevin James, the King of Queens himself. Kevin James has a great stand-up special all about eating and food from, I think, like the early to mid-2000s. If you can find it on Comedy Central. I forget the name of it, but Kevin James, great stand-up special. Number 5, what Stockton, California native was the winner of The Ultimate Fighter Season 5? Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz. Question number 6, what politician is credited most with trying to get the UFC banned? That would be John McCain. He has like a vendetta against Ultimate Fighting Championship. John McCain. Number 7, what is fighter John Jones's nickname? It rhymes with Jones, and it is Bones, like the show on Fox that ran for 14 seasons. Question number 8. Now in the WWE, Ronda Rousey is most inspired by what deceased wrestler? She goes by Rowdy Ronda Rousey. So the inspiration comes from Rowdy Roddy Piper. Rest in peace. One of the coolest guys I ever met. My first week in California back in 2012. Miss the Hot Rod. Number 9, at what college was Brock Lesnar a double NCAA wrestling champion? It was the University of Minnesota. University of Minnesota. He won a lot of stuff up there. And number 10, November of what year was the first UFC pay-per-view? It was back in 1993. I was a young lad of 8 years old back in 93. All right, those are your answers to the UFC questions on today's daily podcast. Thanks for listening to the episode picked by Kyle Bonin. Kyle, I hope you had a lot of fun answering those 10 questions, and let me know how many you got right out of 10. Show me your scorecard. Love seeing those. If you want to pick a topic, your own topic, that makes this show your own, it's guaranteed to get recorded sometime in the month that you pick it. Donate $5 or more over on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/trivia with buds. It's almost September, and I'm getting ready to send out all the care packages full of awesome stuff. So hop on board in supporting this daily trivia podcast. Patreon.com/trivia with buds. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Kyle, thanks for the great topic, and we'll see you tomorrow for more daily trivia. Cheers.